This country that we're in was settled by indigenous people, right? And yet they named the country after an Italian white man, Amerigo Vespucci.
Yeah.
That's what America is named after. Amerigo Vespucci, a white European. Why is it named after a white man?
Well, let me ask you.
Hello, and welcome to quite a monumental day here on The View. After 16 seasons, a monument is leaving.
A circle of friends came to see her off.
Welcome back to Pop Flash. The internet is absolutely losing its mind over what just happened on The View. Rumors say that the show has officially hit an all-time low after a jaw-dropping on-air meltdown that left producers scrambling, cameras abruptly cutting, and audiences watching in pure shock. And now, it looks like suspensions could be coming. Sources claim that this may be the biggest disaster in the show's history, and it all played out live in front of millions. According to rumors, Sunny Hostin completely snapped, igniting a chaos-filled segment that no one saw coming. The tension had been brewing for weeks, but nobody expected it to explode like this. Hostin, who's never been afraid to speak her mind, allegedly lost control, turning a standard discussion into a full-on battlefield. Her words were sharp, her accusations were flying, and her co-hosts, they didn't know what hit them. At first, they tried to keep up, but as the rant escalated, it became clear. This wasn't just a passionate debate anymore. It was an unfiltered breakdown.
I can almost cry today for these people, these vets who are losing everything. Why don't the Democrats go out there and march and stop with each other? I'm sick of it.
The energy in the studio, toxic. According to insiders, some hosts looked visibly frustrated, while others sat in awkward silence, avoiding eye contact as Hostin raged on. And then, something even crazier happened. Some hosts reportedly just gave up, completely tuning her out, refusing to engage in what they saw as an off-the-rails tirade. But what exactly pushed Hostin to her breaking point? And why are some claiming that this may be the final straw for The View? Behind the scenes, ABC executives were in full-blown panic mode. The second things got out of control, sources say producers were scrambling to figure out what to do. The network has dealt with heated moments before, but this was different. This was chaos unfolding in real time. Executives were allegedly shouting orders, trying to cut the cameras before things could get any worse. But by then, it was too late. The damage was already done. And now, the fallout is just beginning. Rumors say ABC is reviewing everything, trying to figure out how to contain the situation before it spirals even further out of control. According to insiders, suspensions are actively being discussed, and some believe this may lead to an even bigger shakeup at The View. Could this on-air disaster mark the beginning of the end for the show? Insiders say nothing is off the table. Insiders close to the situation claim the moment things truly went off, the rails was the fiery debate about the government shutdown. The tension in the room had already been rising for some time, with many feeling the pressure from the heated political climate. But according to rumors, Sunny Hostin didn't just hold her ground. She went full throttle. She went after the Democratic Party with all guns blazing, accusing them of caving to the GOP and abandoning their own principles. The words she used allegedly hit hard, and before anyone could blink, the entire studio was practically on fire. It's said that her statement sent shockwaves through the entire room, sparking a backlash not just from her co-hosts, but from everyone present. The tension could be felt from every corner, and that was just the beginning. What came next was an eruption of chaos that no one saw coming. Hostin, feeling the heat of the moment, refused to back down. No matter how many times her co-hosts tried to steer the conversation into calmer waters. She didn't just get louder, she got more defiant. The more they tried to cool things off, the harder she pushed back. Witnesses to the incident say that Hostin was completely in the zone, firing off accusations and statements with no concern for the consequences. She was on a roll and nothing was going to stop her. But her co-hosts, well, let's just say they weren't exactly having it. Whoopi Goldberg, who typically plays the role of the level-headed mediator, appeared totally drained and visibly frustrated. She had done all she could, but at that moment, she just couldn't keep up with the whirlwind that was Hostin. Joy Behar, on the other hand, looked absolutely fed up. Her usually calm demeanor was replaced with an unmistakable look of annoyance. It was clear that the situation had escalated beyond the point of no return. And as the audience sat there, completely caught off guard, the reality of the situation began to sink in. They weren't just watching a heated debate anymore, They were witnessing an absolute meltdown of epic proportions. No one could have predicted this kind of fallout, and the studio was silent, almost like the calm before the storm. It was like everyone was holding their breath, waiting for the next explosive move. But then, in what can only be described as an act of sheer desperation, ABC's producers were forced into action. It's being reported that behind the scenes, there was absolute panic. The chaos had reached a point where it couldn't be controlled from within the studio any longer. They pulled the plug, literally. According to insiders, ABC executives, realizing the show was spiraling out of control, made the bold decision to cut the cameras. The sudden halt to the broadcast was a clear signal that things had gone way too far. It wasn't just about managing the segment anymore, it was about protecting the network from what could have turned into a disastrous PR nightmare. The idea of cutting the cameras mid-show was unprecedented, but it seemed like the only choice left to stop the madness from going even further. And if that wasn't enough, there are now whispers in the halls of ABC that higher-ups are absolutely furious with the way things unfolded. It's being said that they're worried about how the incident could hurt their brand, especially since The View is one of their flagship shows. The network, known for its powerful influence, is reportedly in damage control mode, scrambling to figure out what went wrong and how they can stop something like this from happening again. But could this be the final straw for The View? The questions are now swirling. Can ABC recover from this embarrassing incident? Is this the moment that finally exposes the cracks in the show's foundation? With the growing backlash and the increasing frustration from all sides, there's a real fear that this could be the beginning of the end for the once beloved talk show. If the network can't get its act together quickly, The View might never be the same again. The drama is far from over, and if there's one thing we can all agree on, it's that this explosive on-air brawl is just the tip of the iceberg. According to insiders, ABC's damage control efforts went into full-on overdrive following the chaos that unfolded on The View. Once the producers realized just how out of hand the situation had gotten, they scrambled to save face. They went to extreme lengths, allegedly editing the segment before it was re-aired online. Certain key moments of the explosive altercation were reportedly cut out completely in a desperate attempt to control the narrative and avoid further backlash. But there's just one tiny problem with that. The audience noticed. Social media was on fire, with fans immediately pointing out the obvious edits. People weren't buying the version that was now circulating online, and they wanted answers. Theories were flying left and right, and the online buzz was deafening as viewers demanded to know what really happened behind the scenes. And let's be clear, the network wasn't exactly rushing to provide any answers. They've stayed eerily silent, leaving fans even more curious and frustrated about what they're trying to hide. But here's where things take a darker turn. According to sources deep inside ABC, executives are considering suspensions, and not just for Sunny Hostin. Rumors say that, in the wake of the on-air meltdown, there could be a major shakeup in the show's lineup. Could it be that Hostin, along with other hosts, might be temporarily removed from the show while ABC tries to figure out what to do next? The whispers are growing louder. Some insiders claim that the network is seriously considering forcing several of the hosts to take a break, as a way of cooling the tension and restoring some order to the show. But that's not the only drama brewing behind the scenes. It's also being said that producers are completely fed up with fighting among the hosts and may be secretly discussing even bigger changes. The tension on set has reportedly reached a boiling point, and executives at ABC are looking at a complete overhaul of The View's format. Could this be the moment the show finally faces its biggest shakeup ever? Is this the beginning of the end for the iconic daytime talk show? Fans are glued to their screens, waiting to see how far this scandal will go, and what ABC plans to do about it. One thing's for sure, The View has become one of the hottest topics in TV right now, and the drama shows no signs of slowing down. Now let's zoom out for a second and take a look at the bigger picture. This meltdown on The View isn't exactly a one-time thing. No. This isn't the first time the show has found itself at the center of controversy. And if insiders are to be believed, it certainly won't be the last. Some critics argue that this latest drama is just another glaring example of why viewers are completely turning away from traditional media. The View has become a lightning rod for all the reasons audiences are fed up with the political circus, and many see it as a symbol of the ever-growing disconnect between media elites and everyday Americans. In a world where people are tired of being bombarded with one-sided political talk and endless media spin, shows like The View are getting increasingly hard to defend. Rumors are swirling that viewers are tired of the predictable political game that's played on these kinds of shows. They want something real. They want to hear from everyday people, not just political talking heads who seem to be out of touch with the struggles of ordinary Americans. And with ratings slipping fast, it's clear that ABC knows they have a serious problem on their hands. The View's credibility is on the line, and unless they do something drastic, their audience could slip even further away. But that's not even the worst part. Hold on to your seats, because according to industry insiders, Sunny Hostin isn't backing down, not even a little bit. In fact, some say she's digging her heels in even deeper, refusing to apologize for her fiery outburst on air. Instead, she's standing firm, claiming that she was simply speaking her truth. It's a bold move, but one that could backfire in a major way. According to some experts, this level of defiance might just be the beginning of the end for Hostin's career at The View. If she continues to refuse any kind of apology or shows no remorse, could ABC actually go through with suspending her? Some say they'll have no choice, while others believe this is just another desperate ploy by ABC to boost ratings. If that's the case, they're playing a dangerous game, because there's no telling what might happen next. One thing's for sure, The View is in deep, deep trouble, and the future of the show has never been more uncertain. Will it survive this scandal, or is this the final nail in its coffin? Let's not forget about the viewers, because let's be honest, they are absolutely furious. Social media is absolutely on fire, with fans slamming The View from all directions. People are calling the show a train wreck, unwatchable, and even demanding that ABC pull the plug for good. It's not just the casual viewers either. Longtime fans are throwing in the towel, and it's clear they've had enough of the drama. The backlash is massive, and according to sources, if ABC doesn't step in and do something fast, this could be the final nail in The View's coffin. So what's going to happen next? Will ABC really go through with suspending Sunny Hostin? Or is there more at play here than we know? Could The View be gearing up for a major shakeup? Is it possible that the show as we know it could be facing its end? The clock is ticking. Viewers have made it clear they're fed up, and the pressure is mounting on ABC to make a move. They can't afford to let this spiral out of control any longer. If they do, The View's fate could already be sealed. One thing's for sure, though. This story is far from over. And guess what? We'll be here keeping you updated every step of the way. The drama is far from finished, and things are only getting crazier from here. Trust us, there's more jaw-dropping twists to come. So, stick with us at Pop Flash, because we're about to dive even deeper into this scandal. Stay tuned. It's about to get wild.